So then we are back with more understandings from the Renewed Covenant from the Aramaic English translation of the word. This translation comes from the original manuscripts of the prophets of old, from the time of the prophets of Israel, giving us then the understanding of the time of the end. And this understanding comes in dual layer. The first for sure is the couple days the Messiah spent with the Samaritans, indicating 2,000 years of Gentile rulership of the earth, secularly speaking. Then he spent time with the Samaritans, 4031. 2,000 years later would be 6031. So then we understand we are living during a time of restoration. Speaking of this country, China, then taking over the entire trade of the world in terms of a system. They are not going to take over the entire trade of the world. By itself, they won't. System-wise, they will. We have to be honest and understand the times and seasons from the viewpoint of Daniel the prophet. Knowledge would increase, and then people would go to and fro. Until comes the time of restoration, because then harmony is established. So then, you have to be very naive if you don't understand that there is already a system in the world where you combine investments, stock market, payments, online transactions at the same time. In order for the situation to take place in terms of revelation, and then nations doing trade with China, and then prospering thereof, 10 chapters later, after the 8th chapter, you find every nation doing trade with China. There is a reason for it. The reason is because of a computer. They already have combined the stock exchange, investments, and then investment in individual products. Those that are going to be manufactured yet, when they are sold, you get a share out of those. They have the entire system already in place. It is a secret you're not going to know of. Why do you think the communists, or then should say socialists, then they are so secretive? Or the word comunista. They are very secretive because they know this fact. If we study our economy, it's very archaic, extremely archaic. It's old, outdated. When you then have the Chinese system implemented, when you sit on a chair on your personal space and you begin to observe your computer, you are the person then doing stock exchange, investments worldwide, from your home. This is what's coming. The Chinese, they are only waiting for our country to come up with a bogus foreign plan, crazy, with no backing up of industry, and then they're going to break ourselves. And then when we do, then they come out with a plan. Any person engaged in Cold War warfare always thinks in reverse. The nations acting as big shots, they are the first nations of breaking their own heads. Because they're always launching something crazy or some sort of a policy to take over. Cold War, espionage, understanding the way the enemy works, you do the contrary. Because they don't consider themselves as big shots, but there are countries that are trying to be big shots. And those are the first to get in trouble. then we are dealing with the Cold War understandings of warfare. Whatsoever we understand of politics and economics, it's outdated. So then we understand what not to do. From then on, then we can prepare ourselves then to establish our own system and how we are going to relate with the Chinese system. How our country then is going to generate taxes per purchase of an item per person. That's the level of scrutiny that's coming. When you buy a product via the Chinese system, based upon our own system, how we relate with theirs, then the government takes its share from each purchase. So the government always has money, and it doesn't have to be from the printing machine. In terms to make up for the holes, for not producing enough. Multiply by thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people making purchases and investments, and understanding that taxes are much easier filing at the end of the year. So for every product purchased, for every transaction you make, then you have earnings from those. The government already takes its part. So then whatsoever we learn in terms of the economics, it's absolutely changed. So we must be honest how to relate with this new system. Because if we are caught unawares, we are going to be as ducks on the water. So then we do Cold War reversal. Whatsoever we think we should be doing outside in the world, we do the reverse. If we are thinking on foreign policy, launching a new system, no. We reduce our foreign policies. And then we begin to work as asking questions. Why is the Chinese so secretive? It's because they have the whole system already in place. And we thought we were smart regarding investments. We don't have a clue what's coming yet, but we have an idea what's coming. Because Daniel said knowledge would increase. When you speak of knowledge, it's knowledge in every sector, including technologies, finances, and economics. Then you read the leading nation of the end from Asia. What do you conclude? So then you should think of what not to do. And let the Chinese take on their patrols. As long as they can report to UN, then we have our sayings over there. But we can be big shots and try another time foreign policies, and then we break ourselves in 4 years. So let's try to avoid chaos then and vote for Obama. Because at least we have a chance of retrieving properly, wisely, and then rebuild.